Final Twilight, Chapter
1!
3 hours, 20 minutes, 14 seconds till the end of the world. And no one had any bullets left.
The vampires were slowly closing in, 1 by 1, 2 by 2, 10 by 10. Numbers growing greater with each round of vampire
invasions. A child. His name was Gray.
He slept quietly in his crib. His mother watched over him, looking out the window quickly.
Lee! He felt a disturbance inside his body.
His mom picked him up and said, Gray,
We're gonna get through this. His father entered the room.
I don't know why we always say it that way, he said as a kid.
Slowly creeping into the room.
He picked up his son from the crib.
And looked him in the eye. I know you're too young to
Feed on my own.
This is the continuing story of Final Twilight, Chapter 2.
Many years later, after Gray was grown up, he looked in the mirror and said to himself, I truly am the chosen one.
In his eye.
A chosen.
Gray. I am the sole savior of humanity.
That's repetition. He must die. This is Final Twilight, Chapter 3.
Gray slowly pulled his sword out of Dracula.
And said, who's undead now?
My bite is better than your bite.
And he slowly crept down to Dracula's nape of the neck. And licked his neck.
When all of a sudden, a swoop came from above.
Fuck.
And he looked up and it was Dracula's father.
Who was Super Dracula?
He had fangs on the top and bottom
Of his
Mouth.
making him twice as dangerous.
He turned away and went boom!
I gotcha!
He hesitated at the climax, no less. He must die. This is Final Twilight, the final chapter.
But you've been dead for 20 years.
20 years and only 5 left.
How could you be super...
Dracula, when I am your son. You forgot about me? You bastard!
Mom said you went to the store. I didn't believe her, but I didn't
Think you were super
Dracula. Now, we have the final showdown. The Daywalker and Super Dracula. They came at each other with full force. Bodies colliding in midair, biting each other's necks. Both drew blood at the exact same time. A black hole
appeared in the sky. The only reason it would do that
was if
2 vampires
fires
would
mix
their own
blood. No.
Tonight is that night, and only one will survive. How will they survive? You will find out in the next chapter. In chapter 5, they brawl.
Even more.
Swords are come out.
Fangs are thrown.